I'm Keon Ellis. I'm 38 and fresh back to the streets. Happy to be home. Just figuring it out right now. I mean, with me, I feel like we all make our own decisions, but knowing that you got a deadly drug like that, you know, and knowing what it's doing around, there's a million hustles. So yeah, I feel like they definitely should be held accountable just because it's a million hustles. I mean, legit and illegit, you know what I'm saying? So for you to consistently stay on that hustle, I mean, you just a demon. It's evil, it's dark. Like you really don't care about what's going on as long as you get a buck. Yeah, that's sad. Uh Now with that one, like if we looking at like a user standpoint, like as a user, a person think they looking out for a person who getting high. So I wouldn't, I would say they half responsible for it, but I mean, as a as being a user, like I can't fault the person for doing it. You know, we feel like we looking out for each other when we get somebody drugs. So like the intentions behind it wasn't foul. So it's all circumstantial, it come with the circumstances of the situation. On that situation, I don't believe that a person should be held responsible for the stuff.
So, all right, let me give you another scenario.
On that situation, yeah, because like how can I say I'm your friend if I'm feeding you all this garbage? That's not a real friend. Like I just feed you that to keep you going so I can make it's just a small investment. It ain't friendship in that. So yeah, you should be held responsible for something like that.
Well, I talk a lot about in my podcast about how coming up, I sold drugs to my mom. I sold to my auntie,
Same here.
and it was, to keep the peace. Sometimes you had to give it to them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
yeah.
just the realization of it. And any young black man that sold drugs, and of course we're talking about back here, right? Um, our mothers are users or whatever. So with me, the reason why I'm asking you this, and the reason why is because it's come out recently that Rich Homie Quan had died of fentanyl, and now they're seeking his supplier, right? Um, I didn't have the intentions of murdering him. I mean, we all know you could die from anything, right? So, how do you feel about that?
Now that's a little deep. Because I don't know, like first off, he's a mogul, so he's standing out a lot. So he got people following him. So he always got to put that in perspective. So it's more of a chance that whoever was supplying him still looked up to him. So I
So yeah,
mean,
like what are you using your influence to be like? You the big homie, and I use my mom a lot because that's the reason why I support you guys fitting all of this. She's my inspiration. So with that, it's like, I mean, she used her influence, right? I'm your mom.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Things like she couldn't whoop me and that I was a grown man, right? And she couldn't make me, right? But I did it, right? So to me, it's just I'm having a hard bout with it. Just do you getting help? Like, because I need just as much help as the user needs just as much help as the abuser, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Real. Yeah, you addicted to the money and the person addicted to. Yeah, I get you.
Exactly.
It is, and that come with the territory, Like it's a double-edged sword. If you sell it to me and I die, it's on you. If you go buy it and touch it and you die, ain't nobody finna look for that supplier because they gonna find you with all that on you. So they feel like the world's a better place without you. So it's a double-edged sword with that.
So, somebody we both know, one of our relatives, they had somebody in their house that owned that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. He talked to me about that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it wasn't like our relative or whatever had anything to do with the actual buying of it.
Yeah. To be honest, I always been about my money, man, but I went through my own struggles with it, and I
both did.
yeah, so I ain't gonna act innocent and portray like I ain't never tried it. It was to a point where I was dealing with people who was either slick lacing me, switching stuff. I'm thinking I'm taking regular perks, they switching me type shit. I'm not knowing now I got this itch, but it got to a point where I believe one time I OD'd. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I woke up pretty mad and I had, ambulance around me. Like, it was so surreal that I couldn't even take it serious. But I believe I OD'd. So yeah, that stuff's scary, man. And, yeah, buy that shit, and they know people dying left and right. So it's like it's socially accepted, but it ain't okay. Like the world.
Did you see that YouTube? Did you see
Yeah, I checked that out. Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad. It's like
you gonna say you playing?
yeah, it's when you at a certain level, he can literally kill thousands of people just by that little thing. It's a 12-year-old kid watching him. But like on that point where you were saying, there's two kind of users. You got the cool dude, then you got that dude who gonna whack your ass.
Yeah.
Who gonna go in the bathroom with some random dude and cross all his morals out.
So now I want you to talk to him about this, right? It's about the lengths that you go to not to be sick. See, a lot of people think they got killers and stuff, but he's not really a killer. He needs to get high, so he's gonna do whatever it takes to get high.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference.
Talk to him a little bit about that.
I mean, it's definitely a huge difference. Like, I mean, hit me with that one hard, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference just because like you cross out all your morals. You don't care about nothing. You really don't like. You don't care about your kids, your family. You don't care about your well-being. All you care about is that itch on your back you trying to scratch, man. So with all these killers talking about this and that, and you want it, I rather stay away from a person who's addicted to them pills than a motherfucker who got 100,000 guns and sober. Like that person who ain't got no pistol, no knife is more dangerous than a person who got a billion guns with bullets. So it's scary when it comes to those type of people. I done been around it. I done seen the worst. I done had people like I done kicked it with literally tried to kill me 3 times. And like just because of who I am and what I am, I handled it in a different way, which I know if I would have been deeper into the game, it would have been a whole different story. Thank God that it wasn't though. But
and a lot of people don't know that alcohol works on the same receptors as
oh yeah.
fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
So, with me, when my mom died, I was drinking a lot. And what they finally realized was that I was able to drink like that and it wasn't messing me up until boom, I'm out of it, right? So I was trying to quit drinking but I still had that substance abuse problem. So they gave me Suboxone, right? And I'm trying to reach out to Suboxone right now and get some sponsorship and get them behind me. Because I think it's a life changer. You can make it through those 3 or 4 days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get those Suboxones. It's a life changer.
I can definitely speak on that firsthand. Thank God for them Suboxones, man. Like
me too. So what I want to ask you is, do you think that Suboxone is just a bad addiction? Because that's the battle with it, right? Oh, you still addicted or whatever.
Well, once you're addicted, you're always an addict anyway. So we're gonna put that there. Yeah. And it's steps to being a better you or your sobriety or overcoming drugs. Yeah, overcoming it or at least conquering it or handling it in a certain manner. And from step 1 is to just say you're done with it and move to the next step. The next step, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people, they next step, it will be a good step for Suboxone. Yeah. It curve your cravings. Yeah. You can function as a normal human being for hours without needing it for a whole day. And like that that right there alone says is doing something better. Cause the moment you take those, the moment you stop craving for anything else. And like thank God that it was there. Like I was lucky enough to I don't know, exist at these times where it's there for me,
Yeah.
because Lord knows where I'll be right now.
So what I want you to do is just kind of like give the people a little bit of your story, like just who you are, where you come from. I mean, like I want you to go into like I'm a single, like because I don't think people really understand us to the point of um,
I
you
mean,
know,
like,
like me, right?
uh-huh.
I was raised. My mother was a drug addict. I didn't have my father. I never met him, never seen me. And the guy who did take me under his wing, he taught me the drug game. That's just the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, everybody, oh, you got a choice or whatever, but sometimes you don't, man. Yeah, man,
It's a real thin line with that choice thing. I mean, because if you want, it's kind of like trying to teach a demon how to be an angel. If he only knew how to be a demon, how can he know? Yeah, he got a choice to be an angel, but he don't even know how to act as an angel.
So yeah, it's like that little kid who's 14, 15 years old,
Yeah,
and he's shooting up people in Somalia or wherever,
yeah,
and he walk up to you and be like, that's all he ever was taught. That's all he ever knew.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
100%.
how can you say, you live life the way you understand it until you understand it become better. Um, I'm inspired, I'm motivated to help, right? I want to help.
My vacation I just came
Yeah.
from. Oh man. Uh, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. So like, yeah, I get caught up on some shit, had a bunch of shit on me. First off, when I get caught up, I was on probation or whatever, and me and my cuz had our spot going or whatever, gotta pay the bills. And it was this female there or whatever. I ain't really get along with her too much, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I've been telling.
Hold on. You never got out again after that.
No, it was all because of the chick. Yeah.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
you never got back out.
Never. Yeah, so the chick, she claimed said we raped her, whatever. Police know it was bullshit, so boom, they blame me for whatever I got on me. But that little journey in prison, my first couple months, I ain't take it serious. I mean, it was definitely a reality check. Like I'm a popular nigga where I'm from, so from being, hey nigga, I don't care where I go to, I'ma know somebody, to being in Arizona, don't know nobody, none of the prison system. It was a whole, like I had to brainwash myself down there, just adjust. Like,
You speak to about the fear. Were you fearful? Was you scared? Because
I mean, to be one, hey, you a dummy if you ain't. Like to me, I don't care who you is, I don't care how tough you is, I don't care, cause who you will kill. You a dummy if you say you weren't scared. That means you gonna come right back to that motherfucker. That's the whole point of not going back to that motherfucker, is the fear of losing your freedom, your life, your, like everything. So
it's like a 90-day window when you first get locked up, where you like on edge, you worry, you like, man, you can't see the end.
oh yeah.
Just something that come over you, it's a realness that come over you where it's settle in and you like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make it home. You make that commitment to yourself.
Yeah, that was your 90 days. Mine took like 8, 9 months. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'll keep it 100, man. I thought I can outsmart the system, hustling, hooch, selling hooch, selling this, selling that, tasting anything I'm selling. But
Yeah,
it was tough. I mean, shit, I had to establish myself first. So it's either you gonna put in work or you ain't. So I'm not 6'2". I'm 5'6". So I had to put in a lot of work. I had to hold a lot of work. I had to do a lot of shit. But once I did that shit, I ain't gonna say it was a smooth ride. And I'm not gonna say what I was doing was cool, but I made it a little easier for me. It was a tough ride in the beginning, then I made it smoother. But when I transitioned and to stop bullshitting, being in the mist, stop using, stop hustling, stop buying phones and shit like that, shit got a little bit better. It was ironic because I got moved to like one of the worst yards in Arizona, whatever. It was It wasn't like a level 4, it was a level 3, but Winchester, a lot of people know about that, but that motherfucker rough as hell. You get body, it's motherfucker getting stabbed up and cut up every day there. And fucking the moment that I got moved to that yard, I was already in my transition. So in my transition, all I'm doing is I, I'm a I believe in a higher power. So I ain't gonna say it was God or whatever, but I do believe in a higher power. So all I'm doing is talking to my higher power, like, man, come on, get me out this situation. Ironically enough, I in my transition, I ain't had my GED, so I signed up for my GED. I got that. I did drug classes, got my certificate for that. So when I hit that Winchester yard, this before I hit Winchester, this after I hit Winchester. So when I hit Winchester, I was trying to get those things. So what I did was the first 3 days I was there, I wrote this a kite, basically, you know what I'm saying? An inmate letter saying, hey, I wasn't even asking to get off the yard. I wasn't pressed about that. I already knew tough up. So I didn't once mention, hey, move me or anything. I'm like, hey, I want to get in this, I want to get in GED, I want to get in this drug class, I want to get in this. And boom, 2 days later, they shipped me. Boom, they took me to this yard called Manzanita. Now, I don't care how much I transition, if I'm about it, I'm about it. And like, I mind my own business. So Manzanita, it has great intentions with it has great intentions, but the people that's behind it, their intentions ain't good. The intention for the yard is good, but the people behind it, it ain't good, because basically they had like lifers running the yard, but they ain't call it a gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave them a position called recovery support specialist. Basically, the lifers all told people what they do. They tell on people and all that. And I didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But the program, I seen the intentions and I took the steps. So in my transition, that program saved me, because I was working, I was doing class, I was doing I was working 4 hours a day, I was doing class 4 hours a day, and on top of that, I was doing drug classes 4 hours a day. That shit saved me. Like, I ain't,
got busy.
I got busy as hell. I mean, I had my hustles. It was legit though. I was sewing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cause that yard wasn't no joke. Them boys was telling, and like, I ain't perfect. I ain't gonna judge nobody, but it's just not in my character. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on is what you got going on. I'm not finna go look over your shoulder and go tell on you. Now, if you put me in a situation, you gonna have to speak up, or we're gonna go to drastic measures. But I can't speak for the next man. But I got through it, and hey, off my good behavior, they knocked off like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was on it. So my transition in a joint, I think that was one of the best things and the worst things that happened in my life, because I lost a lot of time with my kids. The whole time I was in, my second oldest son caught a body, so that.
Have you found out any more details about it?
Yeah, I found out pretty much a lot. I found out the whole get down, other than what come from his mouth. I still haven't been able to reach out to him. I wrote him and everything, but he haven't reached out to me yet. So, but yeah, it was I don't know. He fought it, so all I can tell him to do is keep fighting and keep fighting. No tell.
Box? All the way to the trial?
Yeah, he took it there. Yeah, they hit him with 86 years, and now they finna his co-defendant.
What was his charge?
Uh, Murder, a, a, a,
First degree,
mur-
second degree? What?
first degree murder, arson, because when they alleged that he whoever they alleged he killed, they saying that he got his mama car. Basically, my baby mama got her car, and fucking they saying he transported the body and blew up the car. Well, they saying he dumped the body in the lake or whatever, then blew up the car type shit. So they got him for murder, first degree murder. They hit him with 15 charges, but the main ones got him to 86. It was, and they ran it consecutive. It was first degree murder, arson. Uh, he had like the Glocks with the switch. That's a federal crime. So I don't know, tampering with firearms or something, felon possession of a firearms, you already know how they do. After that, you get caught with one gun, they hit you with 8 charges.
So how are you dealing with that?
One step at a time. Uh, right now, I don't know how to deal with it, so I'm kind of struggling. Like I know, all I know is for sure is the only way I can't deal with it is hitting the streets and trying to hustle and get high or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
With
I'm not trying to go back to my old comfort zone. Yeah, you know what the hardest part was being in jail, not knowing what's going on, and the whole time I'm just praying to God and like, hey, yeah, I can't wait to fix this with my son. Like I had these plans and it just shattered. And it's like, I want to blame everybody in the world for what's going on with my son, but he made his own decisions. But it crushed me. Like I handle it the best way I can, day by day, play it by ear. Sometimes sometimes my emotions bother me so much to a point where I don't even know what's wrong with me. Like, dang, why I can't? I'm uncomfortable. I can't sit down. Don't even.
to the because in Arizona, we're on a 47% increase in ages from 12 to 17 is where that increase is at. What advice would you give that 12-year-old who's trying to check out and wanted to mess with fentanyl?
Just pay attention to your surroundings. Um, look at look look at the benefits fentanyl is giving people, other than just getting them high for a brief moment. Like,